Funding for this video is provided through a grant from the North Central Extension Risk Management Education, USDA, National Institute of Food and Agriculture.
Good morning, sunshine, and welcome to Make Hay in conjunction with The Ohio State University. I'm Kelly Moore, and this is a presentation for you, my farm families, on the Farms spreadsheet, the tool that will get your assets organized and your succession plan rolling. So time to fill up that coffee cup and gather your info. Let's make hay.
Hello. In this session, we will be discussing what information you need to collect to complete the real estate section of the farm's spreadsheet. Real estate is typically the most important asset, so we usually want good, detailed information on the land we own. The reason real estate records are so important is we use it for several aspects of farm transition planning, including calculating net worth for estate tax analysis, avoiding probate, and designing the distribution plan, where we often make specific designations for specific farms, such as this person gets the Smith farm, or the Johnson farm is to be owned by all children in an LLC. So let's discuss what information will you need. Usually the best place to start is with the tax cards or the bills you get for your real estate taxes from the county auditor. This information is really helpful because it will usually include the acreage, who the owner is, the location, and then it's always helpful if you write on the tax card or use a sticky note and include what the name of the farm is that you use. Is it the Smith farm or the Johnson farm? When you work with your attorney in designing the transition plan, it's often easier just to refer to specific farm names rather than acres or parcel numbers. If you don't have your tax cards, you can get them online from the county auditor website, and you can just write down the various parcels, the acreage and the parcel numbers and the farm number, and that will also be very helpful to your attorney. So we also need the deeds for the properties. And you may be thinking, well, if I have the tax cards, why do you also need the deeds? Well, the reason we need the deeds in addition to the tax cards is we need to know exactly how the property is owned. If it's owned jointly, particularly between spouses, is it tenants in common, which is probate, or is it survivorship, which is non-probate? We can only tell that by looking at the deeds. The tax cards usually won't tell us that. Also, is the land in a trust? Does it have a transfer on death designation? Again, the tax cards typically won't tell that. Also, if we need to do a new deed or if we need to do a transfer on death affidavit to make the property non-probate, we'll need the legal descriptions, that's the survey, off the old deed to do the new deed or new affidavit. If you don't have a copy of your deeds, the county recorder always has a copy. You can go to the recorder and they can print off a copy of your deed for you. Many recorders are online where you can just go online and print that deed off, but some recorders are not online yet. You can go to the actual recorder's office to get a copy. If for whatever reason you can't get a copy on your own, your attorney can always get a copy of your deed for you, but of course they will charge a fee to do that. So in addition to your tax cards and the deeds for all of your properties, it's helpful, not as necessary, but helpful to have a copy of any lease, easements, or other unique property issues you have. So you have oil and gas leases. Sometimes will what we call sever the mineral rights, where maybe one heir gets the surface rights to farm and other heirs get the oil and gas rights. So those leases can be helpful. Energy leases, solar or wind, are also helpful to have. And anything unusual, if there's maybe a unique utility easement or a pipeline easement or a shared driveway easement with the neighbor, those are helpful to know just so we know the unique characteristics of each aspect in case we need to address that in some way with the transition plan. So if you can gather your deeds, your tax cards, and any leases, easements, and any other unique issues you may have, that'll go a long way towards filling out the real estate portion of the farm's spreadsheet. Now, like all assets and information we discuss, do the best you can to collect the information. If you can't find it, you don't have it, don't let the lack of information hold you up. Just move ahead the best you can. Your attorney can always help you fill the gap. The most important thing is to keep momentum, keep moving ahead with your transition plan, but having good real estate information will go a long ways towards a successful farm transition plan.
We hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time here at Make Hay.